in the CI kitchens, celebrating PORKTOBER. University of Illinois meat science instructor Brandon Klim. So earlier we talked about the different cuts and, you know, the ways you can prepare it. But now we need to talk cooking temperature and what's going to be the healthiest choice.
Yes, so what many consumers, especially if their parents taught them how to cook pork, it's 170 degrees Fahrenheit and it's done. That's the old way of doing it. Now, in our pork industry, we have safer practices to make sure that pork that's going to your table is not going to have any problems with it. And so we can tell consumers, cook it lower. We want that lower degree of doneness around 145 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay. So can I stick this in here and maybe it'll tell us what it is? Or
yes.
Has it been sitting out too long?
No, it should be all right. But real quick, I'll show consumers how I like to show my students how to...
Proper technique.
Teach me.
Thermometer. So we're going to take a chop like this.
Yeah, get on in there.
Or we can hold it like this, but you're looking for the geometric center. And so what we're going to do is just stick the thermometer in kind of like that. We want to find that middle spot, or if it was a full chop, like the one that's still in the griddle, just to find that area that it's going to be the coolest. And so typically what I say, if you want 145 degrees Fahrenheit, you're going to pull it off right around 135.
Ooh, and there it is, almost at 135.
Right around there. And that's going to... What we're going to do then is we're going to take that chop off, put it on a tray, a plate, cover it, and let it rest. We call it letting it rest for a couple more minutes, 3 to 5 minutes at the most, and it's going to finish coming to that full temperature. It's still hot on the outside, and it wants to reach equilibrium.
Now, can you tell by looking?
Yes.
Like when you see a pink center or it's a little juicy kind of still in there, is that a telltale sign?
It is a little bit. So I always cut my chop open. I know it's not the prettiest display, but you're looking in the middle for something of just a little bit of pink. And so this is a great example. This one right here, like we saw, it reached that 135 degrees Fahrenheit.
So that's done?
So that is done. So a little bit of pink.
Right there, so I can see that, yep.
A little bit of pink is okay. I know we used to teach no pink. Pink is danger, but a little bit in that middle, that's perfect.
I think I've always kind of felt a little bit of pink means a little bit of salmonella or whatever it is that you would get from that.
No.
But that's not the case?
Not the case.
Okay.
Not with pork. I wouldn't say do that with chicken.
Probably different,
exactly.
Yeah.
But this is an example of good, and then the two below it are examples of just not quite there yet. We still got quite a bit of pink in that one. That still needs to stay on for probably a good couple more minutes. And then the one right after, it's getting a little bit better. This one kind of came up to that final temperature. But remember,
you got 10 seconds. Tell everywhere where they can get their pork.
Come get your pork at University of Illinois Meat Lab.
There you go.
Cook it slightly more than that.
Cook slightly more than that.
Hey, we will connect you with everything happening there at the Meat Lab at ciLiving.tv.